All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. Now, it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American, Indians, and confusion of faces who bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are Israelites, who spirit bear witness that they are a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world inly calls Jehovah God. In the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua, Yeshaya, Yahweh. And pretty much this lesson is going into we can't be afraid because we know what our enemies want to do against us. And when I say enemies, I'm talking about 2/3 of Israel, and I'm also talking about Esau, Edom, the red man, the devil, who we all know, and that the Bible speaks of, and the rest of the other heathens. You know what I'm saying? You know, because pretty much all of them are on the same accord to keep this place going. You know what I'm saying? And for the men of the Lord, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua to wake up underdog men, you know what I'm saying, to preach this word, preach his word, you know what I'm saying? You know, because like the scripture says that we his battle axes of war, and guess what? We speaking this word, you know what I'm saying? That's not going to go back void. You know what I'm saying? We speaking this word, and pretty much everybody is having a problem with it. You know, because we want the kingdom, we want real righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? When we speak against it, you know what I'm saying, there's power in the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, and it's people are getting hurt, man. You know, like it says in Hebrews the 4th chapter. You know, now Salakia. This is I want to start off with Jeremiah chapter 20 verse 8. It says, "For since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil." You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says in Ezekiel 2:10, it says that this word speaks of lamentation, woe, and sorrow, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You know what I'm saying? And destruction, man. You know? And that's what the word tells you. You know what I'm saying? It gives you warning what's finna happen. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Jeremiah was preaching. You know what I'm saying? It says, "Because the word of Yahweh was made a reproach unto me and a derision daily." You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that people really think that we doing a foolish thing, but really we doing something that has a far greater reward than they ever have at their daily jobs, man. We talking about something that's better than 401k. Well, we don't have to wait until 69. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then be so elderly and stuff that you got to spend most of that money on medication, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says so people make fun of us. It says verse 9, it says, "Then I said I would not make mention of him nor speak any more in his name." It says, "But his word was in my heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones, and I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay." You know, so for the derision that came upon Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you feel like you don't even want to tell. You know, you don't want to tell these people nothing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like the scripture says, "Woe is me if I preach not the gospel," man. And that word woe is destruction. And for the fact that the Lord had called us, you know what I'm saying, we can't be in that spirit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gonna have our little moments and stuff where it's like, you know, skip this place, fuck this place. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these people, you know what I'm saying? Because Jake, even when it came down to Lot, you know what I'm saying, Lot was vexed daily with the conversation of the people, man. You know what I'm saying? And that conversation also goes into your behavior, you know, because whatever you're about, you're going to speak on. You know what I'm saying? So if you're about wickedness, you're going to speak on wickedness, man, you know. And, you know, and Jeremiah was vexed, you know, but he couldn't hold it in, man, you know. Verse 10, it says, "For I heard the defaming of many," you know what I'm saying? And when you go into that word defame, it's the Hebrew word daba, the da, the ba, and the ha, the ba. And it says whispering, defamation, evil report. It says unfavorable saying, furtive motion, slander, defaming, evil report, infamy, slander. Like, you know, if somebody is famous, you know what I'm saying? When somebody is famous, you know, that's in a positive note. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're like a little LeBron James or Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to infamy is being famous, but for a bad reason. You know what I'm saying? Like a wanted serial killer, or somebody that's on the loose that broke out of jail and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's infamy, man. You know, you know, and that's what was going on with Jeremiah, because he was preaching bad things, man, bad things to come if they didn't get right, and the people didn't like that. You know, it's the same way with our people today, because like it says in this is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 5. This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14. It says, "Wherefore thus saith Yahweh power." It says of hosts. Host means armies. It says, "Because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them." You know what I'm saying? You know, these people ain't liking what they hear. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially 2/3 and the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? You know, the red man and the other heathens and stuff, because they living it up. You know, they feeling good right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got their consolation. But we're telling them, the men of the Lord are telling them that, hey, it's finna go down. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go down with a bang. You know what I'm saying? Literally. You know, it's finna be a sequential of horrible events before the big bang hits, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's them thermonuclear missiles. You know what I'm saying? What is called the lake of fire in the scriptures, which is the second death. You know, and they don't want that to happen. You know, so what are they gonna do? They're gonna try to silence the men of the Lord because they don't want to hear the message. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, what's crazy is that me speaking as a man, these people are really crazy, because if you hate something, you know what I'm saying, or you really dislike something and stuff, what do? You get away from it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you make sure that all your activity don't have nothing to do with it, or it's not going to come around. But it's like these people are drawn to it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they want to stay mad. You know what I'm saying? You know, like they trying to, you know, when somebody trying to find a cause to get mad at you and stuff, when there's no reason and stuff, they just want to do something to you. That's how these people are. You know, they pretty much itching. They itching to get to the men of the Lord, man, because they want to stop hearing this message. You know, and it's devouring them. You know, it's hurting them. You know what I'm saying, in their spirit. You know, because I read this and then get back to the lesson. This is Hebrews. This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. And it says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful." Now, quick means to bring to life. It says, "and sharper than any two-edged sword." It says, "piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul." It says, "in spirit." It says, "and of joints and marrow." It says, "and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that you got that old saying, is that, well, you got the false saying that says, "sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me." You know what I'm saying? Actually, words do hurt you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you call somebody a bitch, they ready to knock your head off, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you call the females bitches. You know what I'm saying? Even though they call each other that for fun. But if a male call a female a bitch, you know what I'm saying, she ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's an example. That's an example. Or if you tell a male that he a snake, or he this, that, and the third, or something real bad and stuff, you know what I'm saying, or even a coward, you know, or you scared, you know what I'm saying, it makes them feel some type of way. And this is what the word does to the ones who's against it, man. You know, because even 2/3 of Israel, even though that this word is for them and for their benefit and stuff, they look at it as if it's not beneficial to them. You know, and with that being said, and with that being so, Salakia. And with that being so, they gonna try to come up against us. You know. This is the word devouring them. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that you can't smoke. You know what I'm saying? You know, that your body is not your own. You know what I'm saying? You know, that you got to follow the law, statutes, commandments. That's the only way to please God, if you saying you love him. It's like it says in John 14 and 15 in the New Testament, in the red lettering, that's Yahushua speaking to Messiah. He said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." But our people don't want to do that. They want to serve themselves and claim that it's serving the Lord, and the Lord is not down with that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're going back to the lesson, back to Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 8 again, verse 10. It says, for I heard the defaming of many. It says, fear on every side report. It says, say they, and we will report it. It says, all my familiars watch for my halting, saying, peradventure, or perhaps he will be enticed. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? These people would try to provoke us just so they can have a reason to do something. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just see it on the line all the time. You know, people trying to spit on you, get all up in your face, blowing smoke in your face and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you say the spirit might hop on a brother and stuff to say something about you ain't supposed to smoke, and it happened to be somebody that's walking past that's smoking. And then what do? They get offended. And guess what? That means that they're not blessed, because the scripture says, blessed is he that's not offended in me. If the Lord's saying that you can't smoke in a metaphoric way, then that means that you can't smoke. But if you offended, you're not blessed. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you gotta understand and accept this truth and understand it wholeheartedly, man. You know, it ain't just, you can't just 99% believe the truth and 1% you don't. You're not going to make it that way. The Lord wants 100%ers, man. You know what I'm saying? And in the hopeful elect, which we hope to be, you know what I'm saying, are 100%ers. We 100% believe this, man. You know, like how Yahweh Shai had came and walked up onto the apostles and stuff when they was in the midst of doing their work. You know what I'm saying? And they just dropped everything and followed. That's 100%. That's what we gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that 2/3 of Israel, they're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? They 50-50, you know, they incomplete, and they're going to go against the complete ones, you know? And it says, peradventure, he will be enticed, and we shall prevail against him, and we shall take our revenge on him. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that, you know, when you hurt somebody's feelings, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? They ready to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? They ready to put you in the dirt. And this is what they was thinking about when it came down to Jeremiah. They actually had a chance to lay hands on Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? And throw him in a dungeon. They put him in prison pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then when all those bad calamities came and stuff, guess who they was looking for? Jeremiah. You know? And it also says it says in that day, a prudent man shall keep silence, man. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of you all that's not listening right now and stuff, you're going to wish that you did listen. You know what I'm saying? You know, because what are you doing? The scripture says, do not tempt the Lord, right? So if you hearing this word now and you want to see it just to believe it, hey, that might be it for you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because the scripture says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So it's a wise thing to get it now while it's hot. Get it while it's available, man. Because the famine of word is coming. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom is messing with the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's taking brothers' videos down and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Taking their pages away. You know, messing with the internet. You know, certain brothers able to upload and certain other brothers ain't able to upload and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, the famine of word is coming, so you need to get it right now. You know, it says verse 11. It says, but the Lord is with me as a mighty terrible one. Therefore my persecutors shall stumble, and they shall not prevail. They shall be greatly ashamed, for they shall not prosper. Their everlasting confusion shall never be forgotten. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you in a confused state if something is your benefit and yet you passing it away. You know what I'm saying? Like how you want some sort of insurance and stuff when it comes down to your job. You know what I'm saying? You'll call somebody stupid or unwise to not take that insurance. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? You all are passing up the insurance of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because when Jeremiah 30:7, Jacob's trouble for Elias' day is great. It's even time as Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you ain't working, you ain't finna get no insurance. So if you ain't working for Yahweh Shem Yahushai and doing what you're supposed to be doing and getting your shit together, hey, guess what? You're not gonna be insured in that day. You know, you won't have the insurance. You know what I'm saying? You won't have the benefits of the hedge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai being around you and your family and your children. You won't have it because you ain't looking for it. You know, you don't want it. You believe that it's unbeneficial until you see it with your own eyes, where there was somebody who actually believed, who came across you, that told you the truth, and you rejected it and stuff, and you see that they're protected and you're not. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it says, It says, verse 12, it says, but, O Lord of hosts, that triest the righteous, and seest the reins in the heart, it says, let me see thy vengeance on them. For unto thee have I opened my cause. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see our vengeance upon you people, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see our vengeance. And because the weapons of our warfare is not carnal. We throw all our burdens upon Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And the thing is that the scripture says that vengeance is his. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna get you. Yahweh Shai is gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? It says verse 13. It says sing unto the Lord of hosts. Sing unto the Lord, praise ye the Lord, for he had delivered the soul of the poor from the hand of evildoers. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Even if you all kill us, hey, when it says in murder us, really. You know what I'm saying? You know? Because all we did was give you good news. That's what the gospel means. Gospel means good news. You know what I'm saying? But since you wanted to kill us for it, you know what I'm saying, or destroy us or put us to death for it and stuff, hey, guess what? The scripture says that we in that these bodies that we in are in chains of darkness. You know what I'm saying? You know? So the thing is that all you doing is freeing us. You know what I'm saying? You know? That's all you doing. You know? You'll be glad that we're gone and stuff, and then next you know your soul is sealed to be a transgressor. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly you wanted to take the you didn't want to hear the message. You know what I'm saying? So when the destruction come, it's gonna be like, oh shit, he was telling the truth, and why did I kill him? And he was trying to help. That's a lot of mind frames that's gonna be woken up in that day and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, some the Lord can have mercy on, some the Lord ain't gonna do so, man, which is a scary thing. But hey, you know, this is Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 6. It says, and thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, we'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't stop preaching and stuff, we'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll get you fired. We'll do this, we'll do that. We'll lie on your name. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you locked up. Whoop to whoop. You know what I'm saying? You know? It says, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost well among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. You know what I'm saying? You know? And what comes with rebellious people? Feet swift to do mischief, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? Carnality being the first thing before spirituality. You know what I'm saying? You know? Like things that spiritually discern, a carnal man can't receive it, man. And that's 2/3 of our people. And when it says a carnal man, it's also talking about you women as well. You know what I'm saying? This is referring to all Israelites. You know what I'm saying? You know? Even these children. You know, these little kids. You know what I'm saying? You know? And the thing is that you could tell how a person feels and stuff by how to look at their face. You know what I'm saying? Somebody smiled. I forgot how the scripture goes, but pretty much the changing of the heart changes the countenance, or the changing of the countenance is when it's a changing of the heart. You know, and you know, if they mad and they pissed off, you gonna see that he ain't like that, or you know, or it's like, and you keep going and stuff. The next thing you know, he got a problem, and he probably want to do something to you, you know. But we ain't gonna get scared, man, you know, because guess what? Even the Apostle Paul and apostles, you know, what I'm saying, they cheered gladly for the fact that somebody wanted to destroy them for the word of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know. And the scriptures also says that the Lord delights in the death of his saints. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they fighting for him. But the rebellious of Israel, they not fighting for him. Like the scripture says in Isaiah 5:20, it says, woe unto them that call good evil and evil good. You know what I'm saying? We doing this work. We bringing out this word. You know what I'm saying? We doing something for you Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Put being on the front lines. You know what I'm saying? You know, risking our lives. You know what I'm saying? to warn you what's finna happen. You know what I'm saying? You know? And you all don't like it and you want to take out your own watchmen and stuff. Hey, guess what? If you take out the watchmen, then guess what? You don't have no more defense. You know what I'm saying? You don't have anyone to tell you what's finna happen. You know what I'm saying? You can't be warned no more. You know what I'm saying? You know? This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they gonna come up against us, man. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is gonna make us strong. You know what I'm saying? Even the scripture says that the ones with the feeble knees shall be as King David. You know what I'm saying? You know, so the Lord is building our strength up and building our spirits up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Having us go through certain situations and stuff so we can see that, so we can gain some experience to be able to deal with people that might want to get physical. You know what I'm saying? You know, and not to flinch and not to get scared. And when I say not to flinch, I mean not speak the word. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it says, verse 9. Verse 9. It says, as an adamant harder than flint, it says, have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. So hey, don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? You know? Because guess what? Men of the Lord, the scripture says, be at peace with all men if possible, man. You know what I'm saying? They're the only ones that's going to actually cause the offense who want to get carnal. You know what I'm saying? Because like the scripture says in Romans 8:6, it says to be carnal minded is death, but to be spiritual minded is life everlasting. You know what I'm saying? You know? So guess what? Men of the Lord, we ain't trying to start no beef. You know what I'm saying? You know? But the thing is that if you fall in the way that you love, that you don't want to be taken away from you and stuff, that's considered wickedness in the eyes of the Lord, guess what? You're going to be the one that's going to have a problem against us, and the Lord's going to defend us. You know what I'm saying? You know? And if you come against the men of the Lord, guess what? You come against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua himself. You know what I'm saying? And vengeance will be paid. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I hope this video was edifying. And I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash, double honors to apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we ought to be. Shalom and Abba Abba.